And first up, I got Keith Drost in the 74. Once again, fastest in a couple of those rounds of practice. That was round 1 and 2, Keith. I didn't see you in round 3. How'd you do in round 3?
I didn't take it out. We're going to do a little more adjustments and saving our tires.
So, I know we've talked about it so many times. Being fastest in practice doesn't mean much, but you have some good help this week. I know you've talked about Ben Asline a lot, helping with setting up the car. Is he here crew chiefing for you tonight?
No, he's home, but yeah, he does always help me. Gil helps me, so yeah, we got a pretty good setup today. The car's going really good, but we'll see. Like you say, fastest doesn't mean a lot because there's 20 other guys that's fast with us. So, and we have a really good crew, so really nice.
Now, Keith, have you been in this race before, the Amsoil Shootout?
I have, yes.
Just what, last year?
Yes, yeah.
How'd that first appearance go for you?
Not that great. I think we wrecked first thing in practice, and we worked on it, barely made it in, and I think we finished near the back.
Well, you don't have to worry about barely making it in today. Everybody's going to be in the show. We got 33 strong, and
nice.
Still want to start near the front.
I do. You want to come draw me first place?
I might do that. I'll draw your poker chip for you.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Keith, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I got Brady Romano here in the 78. Brady, I haven't really come across you too many times. We've seen you run up front in the early running in multiple Saturday nights, but luck just didn't go your way. So
gotta love them cautions.
Tell me about your season this year.
Oh, I can't complain. The car's been awesome. Last year, at the end of the year, it was going pretty slow, and I just kind of figured it was just the car's just a piece of junk. And then I had remembered the setup I had ran middle of the season, and we threw that back in, and it's been awesome ever since. And we just worked off from that and just make it go better every week. And I can't complain. I tell you, it's just I got hosed a couple times with cautions, but it is what it is. It's just part of the deal. Yeah.
Now here in the late running of the season, you've landed a top 3 or 2. How many have you had?
None.
Oh, you haven't?
6. Oh, God, every time if I got up in the front, either someone got me on the outside and I got in a second, and then the caution come out, and then, once you get in the second groove, you go backwards.
All right, Brady, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now I got the Hewins boys, Kurt and Kyle. You guys had a long stretch there. Yeah, Jordan Russell, you can get in on this too if you want. You guys had a long stretch of winning these races back-to-back years, and I saw you in round 2 of practice. You guys were 2nd and 3rd fastest. How'd round 3 of practice go for you?
I think I was a touch slower, and he didn't even go out. He was too good to go out.
Kurt, it seemed like your car, ever since you clobbered the wall mid-season, hasn't quite been up to par where it first started off the year.
No, it ain't the same as it used to be, but it's okay. It's all right.
You had to reclip the front, did you?
Yeah, Billy Childs did it, yep.
Nice. Well, how you feeling today?
I don't know. I felt good till I drawed.
Oh, how'd you draw?
What? P1, yeah, 11th.
Heat 1 last he drew, and I drew 9th in Heat 2.
Nice. So we
got
got
a ways to go.
I think we got 3 heats, 11 cars apiece. And there's no consi. Everybody's going to make the show, that's right? Is that what they said?
Yeah, everyone's making it, yeah.
What other things were they it's a big race, a prestigious event, lots of payout. What'd they talk about in the meeting? Anything different?
Just patience, because everybody in years past felt like they had to drive over their head first thing, and then you end up with 10 cars, 15 cars at the end of it. Can't remember how many he said, 30 cars, 30-something cars.
Yeah, we got 33.
Yeah, so be a big field.
And then we got the back to the front challenge that you guys might be eligible for. If it came down to you, would you take it?
I did it 2 years ago, and it cost me a 3rd win, so I ain't doing it.
Kurt, would you take the back to the front challenge?
No, I ain't taking it. No.
Maybe, yeah, I was thinking that too. If it was a 100-lapper, it's a different story, but this is a shootout. This is 50 laps, so I wouldn't take it.
I had the best car 2 years ago and started last, and 17 to go, I was 8th, and I was like, this was stupid. I should have never done this. I ended up finishing 2nd, but 1 spot shy. No one's going to remember that.
No, not at all. All right, Hewins boys, thanks so much for talking with me. Hey, Jordan, you're always pretty charismatic on Facebook. I know a lot of people like to keep up with you, and tell me about your season this year at other tracks. This is our first time seeing you here this year, right?
Yeah, this is the first time we've raced here.
We're glad to have you.
We raced Oxford a few times. I mean, the whole season, really, a few times. Now, we come up here and watched a few times, but I wasn't even going to come today. It's been a rough season for me. We wrecked. I broke my foot. We've wrecked a few more times, but overall, I mean, it was a good season. We won 5 races over there in the street stock. We won 1 in the limited. It's been a good year. A couple days ago, we can't sit the shootout out, We've come here, we've won the shootout, luckily. The cowboy hat looks a lot better on Kurt, but I'd really like to get another one.
Yeah, you won it a couple of years ago?
19, I believe it was, yeah.
2019, yeah.
So it was, it's a fun race. It's just fun to be a part of. I try to come to it every year, and, you can't stay home if the car's in one piece, right?
No. So you made up your mind just a couple days ago?
Yeah, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. I think Tuesday we were sitting it out. Yeah. And Wednesday we were coming, so. Yeah, my mind changes more than some people change their underwear, but, we're here. So we don't have all the speed we'd like to have. Seems like a lot of the really good Wiscasset regulars. That 74 car, I don't know if I've ever raced with him before, but he's flying. He's really good. I turned, I think, 2/10 faster than I've ever turned at this racetrack, and I'm still a 1/10 and a half off from the fast guys. So, but hopefully we can get a little more speed in the future, and we'll see what happens.
The drivers are ready. The crew is ready. We hope you're ready too. It's race time at Wiscasset Speedway. Get settled in, folks. The show starts now.
Hey, shake and bake, Cal. Woo! Shake and bake!
And with that, a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back home to Wiscasset Speedway for Group 2 Championship Night and the 10th Annual Amsoil Dominator Strictly Shootout, presented by Four Seasons Synthetic, your Amsoil factory connection. Big thank you to Lee Mortensen and his whole crew. First of 3 heat races rolling onto the Speedway for the Strictly Streets today for the main event, plus Group 2 in action. I got other stuff I got to do today, so you'll hear me once in a while, but not as much as normal. I'm going to turn things over here to my partner in crime, Nick Huff. It'll give you all the action today. I'm going to run over and help run scoring this afternoon, and hope you guys have a good time. We'll check back with you in a little bit.
What an exciting day it is. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful afternoon for the biggest street stock race in the area of the season. And it is a decade-long strong, the 10th annual Amsoil Dominator Shootout, with the first of 3 heats being kicked off by Matt Cannon Jr. in the 08. Brian Caswell making his first appearance of the season in the 63. The 8X is none other than Ethan Dinsmore. And then the 3X is Joey Israelson. Starting 5th in that beautiful number 13 is Sean Emery. The 4 is Caleb Emerson Maines. The 83X is Sean Gilpatrick. The 07 is Mark Grantham. In the 23, that's Jonathan Emerson. The 20 is our Pro Stock regular, that's Joe Harriman. And bringing up the tail is Kurt Hewins, 2-time winner of this race in the 17H. 12 laps, 3 heats, everybody makes the show this evening. 33 strictly street strong, and we're going green this time. Matt Cannon Jr. shoots out like a rocket. Brian Caswell threads the needle to get to the low side, and Ethan Dinsmore gives him a brush on the back bumper. They go single file. Ethan Dinsmore looking for a way around Caswell as Matt Cannon puts some distance on him and the rest of the field. Sean Emery keeping it tight in the 13 in 4th. Rounding out the top 5, it's Caleb Emerson Maines trying to hold off the charge from Joey Israelson in the 3X. 3 wide action, Kurt Hewins is blasting through the field in the 17. Kurt Hewins takes over 3 spots that last time around. And now he'll find himself up to 8th, working on the 07 of Mark Grantham. Side by side for 8th. Make that 7th. Kurt Hewins puts the 17 car up into 7th. Now a 2-time winner of this event. Sparks are flying from the 8X, folks. Ethan Dinsmore is certainly dragging something in that 3rd place car, now at the halfway with 6 laps to go. Matt Cannon Jr. looking to put himself on the pole position for the 50-lap shootout in the 08. Caswell comfortably in 2nd. Something dragging on the 3rd place car, Ethan Dinsmore. He's fallen apart, just trying to hold on to a 3rd with lots of pressure from a stacked field right behind him. Sean Emery in the 13. Caleb Emerson Maines still rounding out the top 5, but here comes Kurt Hewins looking to the top side. Contact for 3rd place. Emery makes contact with Dinsmore, and it is certainly getting shuffled up now. Kurt Hewins gets picked in, and now he'll force it 3 wide to advance. Ethan Dinsmore throwing anchor. He falls out of the top 3 as Sean Emery is now in 3rd in the 13 car. White flag waves over Matt Cannon Jr. Heat number 1 comes to a close with Matt Cannon unofficially on the pole now. But we are going to do a redraw. It's going to be Travis Lovejoy in the 55 car on the pole with Jordan Russell in the 4X to his high side. Row 2 will have the rookie Landon Tapley in the 25, and Dan Brown in the 83 starts 4th. Row 3 will have Clyde Hennessy in the 80, and Keith Drost, fastest in practice, in the 74 car. Mike Delano is in the 27D. The 34 is Ashton Burgess. Starting 9th is the 151 of Kyle Hewins. 10th is going to be the 78 of Brady Romano. And on the tail of this one is the 00 of Dan Morton. Got to thank Lee Mortensen of Four Seasons Synthetic, your official Amsoil dealer for Wiscasset Speedway and the reigning areas. Lee Mortensen, the brainchild of this event 10 years ago, and this year is the 10th annual Amsoil Dominator Challenge, the 50-lapper coming up later on. Here is heat number 2 for qualifying for the big show. Landon Tapley having a tough time hanging with that front row. Oh, he's holding them up in the 25. Tapley throwing anchor and falling back fast. It is the 4. Jordan Russell shooting out like a rocket with Dan Brown to follow in the 83. Your pole sitter falls back to the top 5 now in the 55. Travis Lovejoy unable to hang with the top 5, folks. He is back to 6 now with more company all over his back tail. Trouble for Dan Morton in the 00. He'll head to the pits. Keith Drost and Ashton Burgess, the regulars, every Saturday night working their way up to 3rd and 4th. Representing for the weekly guys here at Wiscasset Speedway. And in front of them, they are some newcomers. First time here this season. Jordan Russell and Dan Brown fill the first 2 spots. Here comes Clyde Hennessy in the 80, making up your top 5, and he has worked his way up to Ashton Burgess in a hurry, already looking to the top side at the halfway marker. Lovejoy gets sideways, almost goes around in turn 3 in the 55 car. Had a little help from the rookie in the 25, Landon Tapley, but Lovejoy hangs on to it and falls to last. 5 laps to go for Jordan Russell. They are stacking up from second on back. Dan Brown has his hands full with Keith Drost all over the rearview mirror. And Keith Drost has his hands full with a rear view full of Ashton Burgess. Bumper to bumper for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Clyde Hennessy in the mix as well. And also reeling them in is the 151 of Kyle Hewins. Kyle Hewins taking advantage of these guys all trying to fight for the bottom, and he has caught the top 5. 2 laps left for Jordan Russell. White flag's gonna fly for the 4 of Russell. Dan Brown gets a little bit more breathing room on Keith Drost for the final lap. Drost has his hands full working to fend off Ashton Burgess coming to the checkered. Row 2 will have Jeremy Glacier in the 99 and Zach Emerson in the 23. Row 3 has Richard Spalding in the 36 and Andrew Glynn in the 57. Josh St. Clair is in the 51 with Ray Dinsmore in the 26. James Doucette in the 28, Wade Kennedy in the 00X, and Bernie Dinsmore in the 3. And that looks like it was a no-go, folks. The green flag did not wave. We've got newcomers here consisting of Garrett Leader in the 5, taken off too early. That's more like it. And from the high side, it's Cromwell. What a run from the high side. In the 96, he'll take over and get down to the bottom. And trying to follow on the high side is Zach Emerson in the 23. Emerson will clear just by a whisker, and Garrett Leader is trying to fend off the rest of the field. They are all stacking up on his back bumper. 3 wide. Jeremy Glacier just about cleared him, but Richard Spalding kind of put a disruption in that, trying to go 3 wide and upsetting the 5 car. Glacier will clear him this time, and Spalding's gonna muscle his way underneath in the 36. He'll put that up to 4th now. Wiggin trying to follow in the 26. The bottom side is open. And out of nowhere, here comes Josh St. Clair in the 51, cracking into the top 5. Now this time is going to be halfway. The back lap counter is wrong on the back stretch. Six laps complete that time around, and we've got a new leader going into turn 3. It's Zach Emerson with a nose advantage coming out of 4. Jeremy Glacier has caught the top 2 now in the 99, and he'll work on Cromwell in the 96. Emerson continues to lead in the 23. Alex Cromwell in second. Jeremy Glacier all over the back end now, trying to snatch second place away. And here comes Josh St. Clair. St. Clair tries the high side, but doesn't work out so well through turns 1 and 2. He'll follow back in single file for 2 laps to go now. St. Clair once again tries the high side. He'll stick with it this time with a nose to the top of Jeremy Glacier. White flag's gonna be in hand for Zach Emerson. Josh St. Clair is making the high side work. He gets by Glacier, and now working on Alex Cromwell. Josh St. Clair up to second, and Zach Emerson picks up heat number 3. 3 wide at the line for third place. Alex Cromwell hangs on to third by a fender.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our drivers are here for today's main event. It is the Amsoil Dominator Strictly Shootout. And a big thank you, as always, to Lee Mortensen and crew from Four Seasons Synthetic, your Amsoil factory connection, for bringing you this great event every year. Thank you very much, Lee Mortensen. Also down in Victory Lane, we have our race director, Greg Emerson. Our Kids Club Director, Penny Charette, and our junior official, Emma Davis. And, of course, we couldn't do it without these two fine folks. Once again, a nice round of applause for Richard and Vanessa Jordan. And now to meet our starting lineup. First, we'll give you 31st position up to 13th. The top 12 drivers are going to redraw here in Victory Lane. 2 drivers not able to make the main event, Bernie Dinsmore in the 3, Dan Morton in the 00. So starting 31st in the number 83X out of West Newfield, welcome Sean Gilpatrick. In the 30th starting position, driving car number 28 from Skowhegan, welcome James Doucette. Starting in the 29th position, driving car number 55 from Waterboro, welcome Travis Lovejoy. Starting 28th, driving car number 8X from Hope, welcome Ethan Dinsmore. Starting 27th, driving car number 57 from Farmington, welcome Andrew Glenn. Starting in the 26th position, driving the number 27 from Woolwich, welcome Mike Delano. Starting in the 25th position, driving the 07 from Casco, welcome Mark Grantham. Starting 24th and driving car number 26 from Limerick, welcome Ray Dinsmore. Starting in the 23rd position, driving car number 25 from Washington, welcome Landon Tapley. Starting in the 22nd position, driving car number 20 from Montville, welcome Joe Harriman. Starting 21st and driving car number 5 from Winslow, welcome Garrett Leiter. Starting in the 20th position, driving car number 78 from Livermore Falls, welcome Brady Romano. Starting in 19th position is the 2020 winner of the Strictly Shootout in car number 23 from Sabatis, welcome Jonathan Emerson. Starting in the 18th position, driving the 00 from Sebago, welcome Wade Kennedy. Starting 17th as a two-time winner of the Strictly Shootout, out of Turner in the 151, welcome Kyle Hewins. Starting 16th, driving the 3X out of Saco, welcome Joey Israelson. Starting 15th, driving car number 36 from Lisbon, welcome Richard Spalding. Starting 14th, driving car number 80 from Gorham, welcome Clyde Hennessy. And starting 13th in the 17H, another two-time winner of the Strictly Shootout from Turner, welcome Kurt Hewins. Now to your top 12. And we're going to actually start from the front. The pole sitter from heat number 1 will get the opportunity for the first redraw. So this is your provisional pole sitter. In the number 08 out of Washington, welcome Mac Hannon Jr. And we're going to send things down with Nick to find out what Mr. Hannon grabs for the redraw.
Yeah, that's right. When we get into the top 12, we got to reverse the introduction because we want to give the pole sitter the first opportunity to redraw. So Mac Hannon, pick a bottle. On the bottom of it is going to be a number 1 through 12. It's a 3.
We'll take
All right, he starts third, so he only sacrifices 2 spots. Who's next?
Drawing
Ken?
next. In the number 4X out of South Paris, he is the 2019 winner of the shootout. Welcome Jordan Russell.
Gotta stay here. Yep, stay here. All right, Jordan Russell's gonna draw a bottle. Brought to you by Amsoil Dominator.
It's go to the tail if you take too long. Looks like 9.
9. Jordan Russell starts 9.
Next to draw is a two-time Wisconsin Speedway Strictly champion and the number 23 from Sabatis. Welcome Zach Emerson.
All right, sir, pick an Amsoil Dominator bottle. Number 6. 6th place. tight right here.
Next up to draw in car number 63 out of Buxton. Welcome Brian Caswell.
All right, Brian Caswell is gonna pick an Amsoil Dominator bottle. The pole is still up for grabs. And the outside pole. It's number 5. Brian Caswell is gonna start 5th.
Next up to draw, finished in the top 3 in last year's Strictly Shootout, and the number 83 from Peru. Welcome Dan Brown.
Dan Brown, go ahead and draw an Amsoil bottle. The front row is still available. Oh, number 11. Dan Brown starts 11th.
Next up to draw, two-time Wiscasset Speedway Strictly Street champion and the number 51 from Liberty. Welcome Josh St. Clair.
They're watching.
Josh St. Clair, pick an Amsoil bottle.
Number 1, Josh. This is what you got right here.
It's a 7. Josh St. Clair starts 7th. Oh, and he's happy because he goes to the inside playing the odd numbers game.
Next up to draw in car number 13 from Limerick. Welcome Sean Emery.
Six more bottles left. Front row still up for grabs. Mr. Emery, pick an Amsoil bottle. Oh, it's number 12. Sean Emery starts 12th. Sacrifices a handful of spots.
Next driver to draw in car number 74 from Etna. Welcome Keith Drost.
Mr. Drost is going to draw an Amsoil bottle. Lee Mortensen peels it back. It's number 2. Keith Drost starts outside pole.
Next driver to draw in the number 96 from Westport Island. Welcome Alex Cromwell.
Alex Cromwell, 4 more choices of Amsoil bottles. It's number 8. Cromwell sacrifices a bunch of spots and falls back to 8.
Next up to draw in car number 4 out of Richmond. Welcome Caleb Emerson Maines.
Three more bottles, Caleb. Draw one of the Amsoil bottles. It's number 1. You had it right, Ken. All right. Caleb. Keep it going, Ken. Keep it going. Caleb, Drawing number 1 means you get first pick if you're going to take the back to the front challenge. Is it a yes or a no?
I need that track position. I'm going to stay right there.
All right, Caleb is not going to take the back to the front challenge. So we got to wait till the second bottle is drawn before we can ask the next person. It was? Who drew it? Oh, Keith. Keith Drost. Oh, geez, there you are. Keith Drost, you get next pick. Are you going to take the back to the front challenge?
No.
Didn't think so. Who was third? Matt Cannon. How about you, buddy?
I don't think so.
Did we draw fourth? Okay.
Nope, 4 still sitting there.
Send him off, Ken.
All right, next driver to draw. In the number 34, this year's Rookie of the Year and out of Palmyra, Ashton Burgess.
Two more left. Mr. Burgess, pick one.
These guys that are already declined can go back to their cars.
It's number 10 for Ashton Burgess. So hang tight there, Ashton.
And next driver to draw, last one to redraw, is the 99 out of Appleton. Welcome, Jeremy Glazier.
Jeremy Glacier, he gets bottle number 4. Jeremy, are you going to take the back to the front challenge?
Absolutely not.
Not. So 5th is Brian Caswell in the 47. You going to do it, or the 63?
I'm all in. I'm going back.
He's in. Brian Caswell was going to start 5th. Now he's going to start dead last and go for an extra $500 bonus.
Remove your hats and direct your attention to the flag in the middle of the infield, as we offer our invocation followed by the national anthem. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day and the chance to gather once again as family and friends in the spirit of friendly, respectful competition. As we look to our race today, we offer our thoughts and prayers to the people in Florida and South Carolina as they're dealing with the aftermath of this week's hurricane. Please grant them strength as they recover and rebuild. Today, as we present our race, we ask for protection over our drivers as they compete. Please guide them with steady hand and clear vision. Watch over our fans and staff, and as always, protect those who put themselves in harm's way every day so that we may remain safe and free. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. Drivers, prepare your cars for competition. folks, our drivers are ready. Let's send things trackside one more time with Nick Hoff.
All right, Emma, let them hear it.
Drivers, start your engine!
I want you to start waving them off. This is the wave off lap. We're going green next time around. Let them see your salutes. 50 green flag laps coming up next, brought to you by Amsoil 4-Season Synthetic. Here we go, looking for the green flag. The 10th annual Amsoil Strictly Dominator Shootout is underway. Caleb Emerson Maines leads the way. Mac Hannon. Oh, Emerson gets sideways out of 2. Mac Hannon gives him a bump. They are still hanging close with Keith Drost on the high side. Zach Emerson sits 4th, and here comes Josh St. Clair in the top 5. Caleb Emerson Maines continues to lead the way. Here comes Keith Drost on the high side, looking strong. He pretty much matched him at the line that time. Coming around for lap 4, it is a dead heat on the front, and we've got some trouble out of turn 2. The 5 goes around after contact with Landon Tapley. We're back underway. The inside line looks like the place to be. Keith Drost motors to the front with Mac Hannon Jr. in tow from 3rd to 2nd now. Josh St. Clair as well follows up the inside. St. Clair in the 51 up to 3rd. Zach Emerson, we've got more trouble. It's the big one on the back stretch. Oh, my. It's a parking lot back there on lap 4. Tire. It's not just flat, it's totally gone on the 83. Garrett Leiter in the 5, once again involved in caution number 2. We're going green this time. Only 3 laps in the books. 2 cautions so far. And this time, Emerson Maines is able to get to the bottom and hold on to 2nd. Now trying to look underneath Keith Drost. There's single file for the top 3. Mac Hannon takes his 3rd place spot back. Zach Emerson up to 4th. Here comes Jordan Russell on the high side in the 4. Battling for the top 5 with Josh St. Clair. 3 wide right behind him. Ashton Burgess to the top side. Jeremy Glacier in the middle. And Kyle Hewins tried to go 3 wide, but he backs out of it. Zach Emerson gets Caleb Emerson off the bottom. I know there's a relation there somehow, but not quite sure. They're side by side for the top 3. Zach Emerson in the 23 now. And Zach Emerson moves up, back out of turn 4. Cromwell does a 360. And he'll keep it going. Nice job by the 96. Alex Cromwell keeps it rolling. Oh, contact deep in the field. Kyle Hewins is struggling. Joe Harriman gets to the inside of him with heavy contact. They're battling just outside the top 10. Jordan Russell has worked his way into the top 5, and now he's all over the bumper of 4th place, Zach Emerson. Contact right behind them with Wade Kennedy and Jeremy Glacier. Glacier almost goes around sideways down the backstretch. Wade Kennedy takes the spot. Up to 8th now in the 0-0. Kyle Hewins getting hung out to dry in the outside groove. Harriman takes the spot away just outside the top 10. Back to the front, it's Josh St. Clair reeling in the top 2 of Keith Drost and Matt Hannon Jr. It's a 3-car breakaway for Victory Lane. Jordan Russell for 4th, looks to the high side of Zach Emerson. Russell with the slight advantage going into turn 3. Looks like he's gonna take 4th away from Zach Emerson. Keith Drost continues to collect $10 for every lap that he leads. Now on to lap 17. Keith Drost has picked up over $150 so far. Matt Hannon Jr. left to defend the 2nd place spot from Josh St. Clair. Right behind Drost. Jordan Russell in the 4 trying to reel them in. All by himself, leaving the rest of the field in the dust. We've got smoke coming off of the 99. The 10th car of Jeremy Glacier is going up in smoke and doesn't look so healthy. Lap 20, 30 laps to go in the 10th annual Amsoil Dominator Shootout. Side by side, right behind 10th place of Jeremy Glacier, it's Joe Harriman and Kyle Hewins once again with a face full of smoke coming off of the 99. Kyle Hewins doesn't look so healthy himself. He's got sparks flying, dragging something from the 151. Back to the front, Keith Drost is looking to lose the lead to Josh St. Clair. On the high side goes the 51. They're going to be approaching lap traffic soon as well. Could that pose a threat to your top 2 battling for the lead? So close to halfway. A $200 bonus is on the line. Josh St. Clair wants it. Next lap around is going to be the halfway mark. A $200 bonus on the line. Who's gonna get it? They're gonna black flag Jeremy Glacier. Too much smoke coming from the 99. Tough break for Glacier. Halfway flags are in the air this time. They're dead even coming out of 4th. Keith Drost is gonna get it. They were racing to the halfway.
What a show. Keith Dross picks up the halfway $200 bonus, and we keep on going with 25 laps left. Jordan Russell has caught them, folks. The 4 of Russell has caught the top 3. It is a 4-car breakaway from the rest of the field. You could put a blanket over them. Keith Dross, Josh St. Clair, Mac Hannon Jr., and Jordan Russell. We've got a yellow. Delano almost goes around. That looks like Brady Romano on the inside of turn 3. Brady Romano in the green and black, 78. He'll bring out caution number 3 just past halfway. Oh, what a drive out of turn 2. Josh St. Clair washes up high with a push through the middle, and Keith Dross reclaims the top spot. Josh St. Clair fights back strong this time around. And they're dead even once again. As well as a neck-and-neck battle for second. Mac Hannon Jr. and Jordan Russell staying side by side. Russell is unable to run the top side. He'll fall back to 4th and try to find a hole to get to the bottom in the 4-car. He will do it right in front of Zach Emerson. Slamming into turn 1 for the top spot. We've got a barn burner with Keith Dross and Josh St. Clair. 20 laps to go, this time at the line. St. Clair finally starting to find some grip up there in groove number 2. An advantage going into turn 3 over Keith Dross. Trouble for Joe Harriman. Into turn 1, the 20-car almost goes around. He gathers it back up. We've got more trouble on the backside. They're going around down the backstretch. Garrett Leiter and Dan Brown get locked together. The green flag stays out. Dan Brown's looking for payback. Oh, Garrett Leiter pulls up and lets him go. We remain green. Josh St. Clair is starting to fade on the top side. Falling back to 3rd now. Keith Dross remains your leader. Mac Hannon Jr. pulls it up to 2nd. Jordan Russell keeping it up tight to follow suit up the inside. St. Clair cannot find an opening. He does not want to use up his tires in the 2nd groove, but he is just hanging up there longer than he anticipated. Mac Hannon not doing him any favors, not allowing Josh St. Clair to get back to the bottom. 15 laps to go, lap 35. Keith Dross picking up all kinds of lap money in the 74, $10 per lap for Keith Dross. And he is checking out. St. Clair unable to hang with him now as he is left to duke it out with Mac Hannon Jr. for 2nd. Three wide action. Right about the top 5. Kurt Hewins going 3 wide to climb up through in the 17. Looks like he'll take 6th away from Jonathan Emerson in the 23. And pull it down to the bottom, right up tight behind Zach Emerson in the 23. This time for Keith Drost, it's 10 laps to go. 10 laps left in the 10th annual Amsoil Dominator Shootout. Heavy lap traffic up ahead for Keith Drost. Josh St. Clair finally finds an opening and settles in single file up tight behind Hannon Jr. only for a second, but he'll lose the inside line once again to Jordan Russell. Russell sideways out of turn 2. Can Josh St. Clair get back down to the bottom in front of Jordan Russell? He will do it. Jordan Russell messed up out of turn 2 and got sideways. He loses ground on the top 3. Sideways going into 1, it's Kurt Hewins. Takes 5th away from Zach Emerson. Emerson gets into him and shakes him up sideways through 1 and 2. Hewins hangs on to it to crack the top 5. Here comes Kyle Hewins in the 151, sticking with the top side around the Emerson boys to try to break into 6th. Heavy lap traffic up ahead. It's going to be 5 laps to go this time. And the first one coming up is Travis Lovejoy in the 55. Josh St. Clair cannot hang with the top 2. Matt Hannon Jr. is driving away, trying to chase down Keith Drost. Will lap traffic play a factor for the winner of this race? Kurt Hewins goes around the high side of Jordan Russell to try to snatch 4th away. Heavy lap traffic ahead, 3 laps to go for Keith Drost. And smoke billows from the 23. That's Jonathan Emerson in the 8th position. 2 laps left. Keith Drost gets boxed in. The 83 will pull up high and let him go. Matt Hannon Jr. is right up tight, giving the bumper to your leader. Can Keith Drost hang on to it? Coming around, they're gonna see the white flag this time for Keith Drost. It's wild through lap traffic. Right in front of your leaders, a couple of lap cars goes around. Keith Drost pulls it up to the high side for a brief moment. Matt Hannon sticks a nose in there, but he can't hang. Keith Drost leads into turn 3. Here comes Josh St. Clair. Checker flag waves for Keith Drost. Yeah. Josh St. Clair with a last lap dash from the high side. He almost gets Matt Hannon Jr., but he'll settle for 3rd. And Matt Hannon Jr. holds on to 2nd place. Garrett Leiter in the 5. Not a good day for him. Delano goes around in the 27. Wow. I might have broke this microphone. We might have to get a backup microphone. I was screaming. That was exciting, folks. Keith Drost, only 1 street stock feature win to his resume. And unofficially, he'll pick up the 10th annual Amsoil Dominator Shootout. So we got Keith Drost, everybody. He's already out. Let him hear it. Let him hear a big round of applause for his 10th annual Strictly Shootout win. 1730. That's what's made out on the big check. Hats off, Keith Drost. Man, what a night.
Oh, that was an awesome night for sure.
Only your 2nd Strictly Street race win. You didn't get any last year. You got these 2 this year. What did you strike on this year for a good setup on the car?
We're getting the car figured out. You know, Gil's been nights in the garage figuring it out. Ben's been helping us, and you know the pick guys has helped us. Matt's helped us. John McCarron's helped us. We've had a lot of help, so we're getting there.
And then in the closing laps, lap traffic came on strong, and that certainly had to get you a little bit nervous.
It made me want to put a snowplow on it for a few minutes, honestly. But
Made you want to have Ben's car. He's got the snowplow already on the 99.
Yeah, exactly. But I was racing against 2 Class Acts, so it was great.
It was good. Who do you got to thank on the 74 machine on the big win?
Definitely AJ McGinnis. I don't know if you notice how smooth that baby runs, but him and Ideal Recycling for the sponsor, and that's about it.
All right, 2 sponsors for Mr. Drost. Hold that check up high, my friend. Nice job, Keith Drost. And Mac Hannon gets a check too. We don't just got big checks for the winner. Mac, you got a check, $470 you get to pocket tonight. Like we were talking about, lap traffic came on heavy, and I'm sure that you thought maybe you'd be able to capitalize there.
Yeah, I saw that that we were coming in some pretty heavy traffic, and I'm like, well, we'll see what happens. We're either going to wreck her or we're going to land on the podium here. So we were going to go for either. It didn't matter, but congratulations to Keith. He man, what a run he had. He held a perfect line. We just didn't have quite enough for him. So it was awesome racing the 4 of us. It was Keith and Josh and Jordan Russell. Man, we never touched. Going for a big race like this, it's awesome to race with those guys and have that kind of competition and really wheel them. It was a blast.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It definitely looked like it. Second place run, can't complain. Who do you got to thank for sponsors on the 08 car?
So my family, they're here every week. We bust our butts on it. We build our own cars. That's pretty awesome. Against these, professionally built cars. And, this is built in-house by us. So the old Daisy Valley team. But then we got Fisher Engineering, AutoFab, Paul's Performance, Union Redemption, Salinans, Oakland Park Lanes. And I'm sorry if I forgot anybody, but, man, they're huge. Fisher's really stepped up big time. And man, Lee Mortensen putting this race on, and my teammate Dave, he's at Tucker's wedding, and man, I'm just pumped. What a great night. We finally get a top 3 in one of these after all these years.
All right, nice run for Mac Hannon. Let him hear it one more time, folks. And Josh St. Clair makes his return back over here. Josh, how much did you win? Oh, 485. Josh won more than second place. He got 470. That must have been because of the few laps that you led.
Yeah, it must have been. I didn't know I even led a lap, but...
Yo, you squeaked in a couple there when you were side by side with Keith Drost.
Man, I was trying. Keith ran a heck of a race. The guy never wiggled. I tried to hustle him a little bit. He moved out of the way once for me doing that. But no, hats off to him. That's good to see him win. And Mac was right there with us too. But man, I really wanted a little bit more bite. I just run the outside way too long, and
you were committed out there.
I had no choice, and I wasn't. At the end of the race, we run into all those lappers, and I said, heck, I passed a bunch of them in the heat 3 wide. This might turn around and be the end result here 3 wide, but it didn't work out. So congrats to them guys. And like I said, it was a lot more fun in this race than it was in the late model race.
Josh St. Clair, Mac Hannon Jr., and Keith Drost. Oh, man, the Cinderella story right there for Keith Drost. Ken, why don't you take us home this evening?
All right, thank you very much, Nick Huff. Congrats to all our victors tonight down there in Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane. Thank you very much to Lee Mortensen and Four Seasons Synthetic, your Amsoil factory connection. We appreciate your support, brother. Keith Drost, with the win of his career today, gets the cowboy hat and the accolades. And congratulations from all of us here at Wiscasset Speedway. Don't forget, folks, Fall Fury next Saturday afternoon, 12 noon. The green flag flies on 12 divisions of racing action here. Features only in all of our weekly divisions, plus the wicked good vintage racers in town. Then we'll wrap up the season with a chicken barbecue and awards for all our race teams, and put a bow on the 2022 season here at Wiscasset Speedway. So make sure you check the website, wiscassetspeedway.com, for all the details. And one final time, on behalf of Richard and Vanessa Jordan and the entire staff, thank you for attending tonight. Have a great rest of your weekend and travel safely. Good night.